So I'm going to now rank the Duelists in this game, and bear with me now. I have the least understanding of this category. I play them sometimes, not the most. Um, I'm not very good at it. I'm better at tank and support. Well, I do play them sometimes. Uh, so I understand that this one might be a little divisive on where I place people because I don't quite get it, or at least more divisive than this has already been for some of them. Uh, yeah, I don't know if there's much to talk about it for that. She just kind of doesn't do anything. Sometimes she pops off if your Widow's really, really good. But, like, for the amount that Widow's doing, Hela can just pop, pop. Hawkeye can just pop. And Widow has to do all this stuff and isn't even that good at it. Like, I understand that Widow can't one-shot or it's sniper meta, but we already have kind of pseudo-sniper meta with Hawkeye and Hela. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate because I think Widow could be super cool, and I don't know if I like the leaning into the strategist for her, if I'm being honest, because I feel like people are saying yes, they're leaning into her being a strategist, and we'll have a pseudo strategist as Widow. I think you could just buff the rest of her kit, or honestly, what I want to happen is if you shoot while not scoped in, you reload like maybe 5% faster. So that way it encourages Widow to be jumping around, shooting, being mid-range, and then when taking longer shots, scoping in for that. Because the only benefit you get from scoping in is also, well, one, you get zoom in, but two, you get no fall off. If you don't if you don't scope in, you just still get fall off. And so I think making Widow a mid-range sniper with long-range capabilities is better than a long-range one-shot sniper, which they can't make and they won't make. So, yeah, I just don't think they're very good right now. I think Iron Fist is really good. He's super fast. He can heal himself, so you don't know where he's gonna come from. Like when you, let's say let's say you hurt him and he runs away. He doesn't have to come from where health pack is. So for the most part, when I'm playing strategist or tank, even because he's really good at tank busting now, you would know where he's gonna come from. Certain off angles, like there's a health pack in there that he went to run and get, which means he could come from any of these windows. Well, you do that with other characters, sorry. But with Iron Fist, you don't really know, because you could run into a building without a health pack, heal, and then come from behind if he wants to. Like, it's harder to track him because he can heal wherever he wants, including the middle of the air. So if I'm not looking in certain spots, if I don't look like everywhere, sometimes I miss him, and then he comes from me from that direction, and I just wasn't ready for it. He's also just, I said, super mobile. He has the CC, he has the dash. The block is super, super annoying. It blocks everything, whether it does damage or not. He's completely CC immune. He doesn't have to time it. It's just hold the button down and then it gets super strong when it ends. Oh my god, dude. But I don't think he's broken. As much as I kind of hate him, I don't think he's broken. BP, I'm putting down here. I don't think BP got like worse as it went on. I just don't think you get as much value playing BP as you used to. You know, like you can't get away with one-shot combos on BP anymore. And since all the supports, like I have most of the supports in A or above, they're all very good. 1 can stop you, 2 can stop you, 3 can stop you, 4 can stop you, 5 can stop you, 6 can stop you. This one just gets away. This one can stop you. That one will struggle a little more if they can't aim as well. This guy you probably can't even get. Like, he just doesn't get the same value because none of the supports are very susceptible to it. And so I don't think he's good. I think he needs reworked in some fashion to make him fine. But if they rework him, then all the people who played Black Panther before will feel isolated, like they lost their character, and I get that. people who played Jeff. I played Jeff beforehand, before he got changed. So the same thing happened. I much prefer how he is now. Because when I play Jeff, I don't play Jeff to, like, fiend on the back line. I did it a few times, but I was never super good at it with Jeff. I preferred to sit and heal people. So, like, I like how he is now, but I understand that, like, you essentially lost the character you liked to played. You liked to play. And so that's very off-putting for people. So while I would like to see a Black Panther rework, I don't think it will happen. Now, Hawkeye, bam. He is so oppressive. Like, if there's a Hawkeye in the game and he is hitting shots, he doesn't even have to hit headshots. It's just so good. He 3-taps Groot, I think. I think it's either a 3-tap or nearly a 3-tap. I tested it once just to see how much damage he was doing with that extra damage boost they gave him, and it's just, wow. The amount of times I'm playing against a Hawkeye, I'm not dying to the Hawkeye, and I don't know if they headshot me or what, but huge just chunks of my health as tank just go out, and I have to immediately back up, because even if he doesn't hit headshots, if I get in the way of a shot that was meant for a support, that's so much damage that's coming to me. I don't know how to fix it. They've tried so much. He's either been meta or bad. And then he has the vulnerability, dude. If you play him with Cloak and Dagger and you get that vulnerability, it's infinite. It hits everybody. It does vulnerability and healing. So you heal all your allies, even just a little bit. But the point is you get vulnerability on most of the team unless they block it. But you can just wait out a shield, especially if it's Mag. Since Mag is played way more than Strange is, you just wait out the shield. Or if they're not playing Mag, you don't have to wait out anything. You just use that off cooldown and you can blow through it every time they get vulnerable. And like, what are you going to do about that? I think Hela's really good. I'm going to put her in S for now. I don't think they're the best in the game, but they are very, like, they're not oppressive like Hawkeye is, but very good. Just the ability to 2-tap anybody from any range. Not anybody. The ability to 2-tap a lot of supports and everything from any range, even though they just buffed your health, Cloak and Dagger. So I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, actually, they buffed a lot of health. That's how I'm going to do it. And this tier list is already top heavy, but I think that's good. I think most of the characters in this game, like all the tanks, are viable and playable. All the supports, most of the supports are viable and playable. Like Mantis is viable, Mantis is playable. Actually, I know in higher ranks with better Mantis players, Mantis is really good. I know Adam is viable because I've won games with Adam Luna this season. The only one that I don't think is viable is Ultron. Most of the tanks are viable. Most of the supports are viable. I think most of the DPS are viable, and so he's just, yeah. I don't think you're the best character in the game, but I think they're good. Iron Man, I'm putting in C tier. Iron Man's good for splash damage, hitting the supports. If you're playing against a Penny, I'll often see them go Iron Man and they'll focus backline, but the splash kills the nests too, and so that's very good for their team. But he's so chunky, and his only way to move faster is in a straight line. Well, not in a straight line. It's directly forward. Like, you can't move backwards fast. You have to go forward and turn around. And so he's super chunky. Like, model-wise, he's beefy, and he's clunky. And so he just kind of gets shot down a lot. And so I just don't think he's that good. He's good in very specific situations, but not all the time. I think Magic is really, really good. Not really, really good, but good. They haven't changed since the last time the buff came in. The recent buffs on the other heroes, I don't think has, like, changed the game enough to where Magic isn't at least viable. And that's pretty much my opinion on it. I see her played a lot. I see her get a lot of value sometimes, though I do see her get shut down a lot sometimes. It just depends. I think Magic is fairly good. I think Moon Knight, yeah, I'm going to do that, because I think Moon Knight is not as good as Hela. But Moon Knight's really good. Just the sheer amount of damage that you can do, having two uh, great clicks to throw, really good on a flank, really good at just farming down main. Dude, I've played against the two characters that I hate playing against are Moon Knight and Squirrel Girl because they have ults like every fight or every other fight. Sometimes they'll have it like 1.5 fights midway through the second fight. They'll get it in the first fight, midway through the second fight, they almost have it again, and at the end of that fight, they'll have it again. Like, they have it by the end, and they just save it for the next round. Because, oh my god, it is so... It's just so annoying. Now that we're talking about Squirrel Girl, I'm putting her in C. She doesn't really have a niche. I think she's annoying. Like I said, it's always annoying to play against a Squirrel Girl, whether I'm on tank or support, because if they're missing my tanks and my DPS, then it's hitting you as a support. And I say missing and not aiming for you, because we both know Squirrel Girls don't do that. They miss, and it just hits people anyways. And that's really annoying. And then ults all the time is really annoying. I saw an opinion where they wanted Squirrel Girl to have like increased damage towards shields and objects, and I think that's good. I think you just add fall off damage and make fall off damage per bounce and not by distance. That way it rewards you for getting direct hits instead of just hitting the ground or hitting people off walls. Getting direct hits is more rewarded, but you're not necessarily punished for an acorn bouncing. Like if you miss and an acorn hits someone, it doesn't necessarily punish you for that, but it rewards direct hits. I think that's good. And then yeah, I think giving Squirrel Girl the ability to kind of mess up utility, so like increase damage to penny mines, increase damage to shields, and bonus health, I think that's fine. It would give her more of a niche, that's for sure. I just don't think she really fits anywhere, because what Squirrel Girl does, Moon Knight does better, right? And so that's kind of where I stand on that. Namor, I think Namor's good. He can be played into anything. I'm gonna put him there. He can be played into anything, against anything. He's not like, everyone says he kills dives super fast. Whenever I play with a Namor, the Namor doesn't seem to like shut down the dive by himself. I don't know if my Namors are bad or if Namor in general at my rank is bad, but even on the enemy team, if we're diving the enemy team, he doesn't seem to shut it down. You still need other heroes like Penny and Emma to shut down the dive, but I don't think he's bad, so I still think he's really good. Does a lot of damage. The tridents move faster now, so it's easier to hit shots. You don't have to lead as much. The squids are bonus damage, and then hitting headshots makes them go turbo mode. I think he's just good. Psylocke, you're going there. Still super strong. Still, like, worse. The ult alone makes her S tier, because you can just farm that off tanks from the safety of behind your own, dash through and delete both supports. Like, worst case scenario, you're the worst Psylocke player ever, you can do that. And I think that's kind of ridiculous. I don't know why they buffed her ult. It was so... I don't know why. Punisher, I, again, don't think he has a really good niche. He's fine. He's good. He's playable. His shotgun's still strong. He's still good at just whittling down people's health with the AR, but it's just like... You could play Moon Knight. Or Hela. Like, if you're good at Punisher, just play Hela. That's my opinion on him. I think he's good. I think he's viable. But I don't think he offers anything that makes him stand out or make him better. Spider-Man, I think is C. While I think some Spider-Men are really good, it's also situational based on the map, because he kind of relies on that pull-off based on your team comp and their team comp. It's so situational, and like it's so situational, the amount of value you get out of him. You're better off playing something like Psylocke, where you'll get value every single time. You could play Iron Fist and get value every single time, no matter the team comps. You can always get value on those two characters. Star-Lord, I think is A tier. I think he's good. I think he's super mobile. He does a lot of damage. He bursts people down. The roles for iframes are super annoying when you're trying to kill him. I think he's very good. His ult's pretty good. Everything about him is great. He's just not good, you know? I think the same thing about Storm. The damage boost took her to where she was when she was permabanned, right? And I thought that would make, I thought everyone would be playing her. She would be a permaban again. But because of the power creep of this game, putting her at the point where she was permabanned in this late stage of the game really doesn't feel that oppressive. It just kind of doesn't. I don't know why that is, as much as I just know that it is. So yeah, Scarlet, I'm gonna put there because the team up with Strange makes them fairly good, fairly decent at like at least bursting people down. Then again, with same thing with Squirrel, just doesn't really have a niche that they fit into nicely. They're very good at countering dive. That's what most people use her for. Sorry, I'm scratching a bug bite. I should stop. Very good at countering dive. That's what most people use her for. But it's just, you know, like, you could just use other characters for it. And that's my opinion on Scarlet Witch. But I understand why Scarlet is not the greatest in the game, because if Scarlet was the best character in the game, it would not take a lot of effort to get that value. And so I think it's fine where they are. Bucky's S tier. I don't care what anyone says. He has 8 million CCs. He 2-shot supports up close, 3-shot supports from a distance. It is insane work. He has the pull, his thing, his orb, the Trooper's Fist. It slows everyone down and pierces and does damage and grounds flyers. And he has the dash. I think that one's called Trooper Fist, actually. But whatever. He has the dash that not only pushes you, so it's a displacement, but it also gets rid of all your movement abilities for one second. Oh my god, dude. If I get pulled by Bucky on certain tanks or on certain DPS or supports, I'm just kind of done. I'm dead. There's not much you can do. Because he's just going to pull you, shoot you, push you, shoot you again. And if the rest of the team isn't looking at you, you might be able to survive. If people on your team are constantly healing you through that, you can survive. But otherwise, you're kind of just dead. And he's just so strong. Played almost every single game I play this. Wolverine, I think he's A tier. He just has the ability to... They made his base form better, and then lowered the cooldown back to what it was before his nerf for his jump. But like I said with Storm, it kind of doesn't make him the most broken character in the game. Also, since Iron Fist is kind of just better at his job. So while he's not bad, Iron Fist is more mobile and still does the tank buster thing, and can live longer than Wolverine can. Though I don't think Wolverine's bad. I think he's very good. I think you can, if you're really good at Wolverine, I think you can still run lobbies. But you gotta be that guy. Otherwise, he's just kind of mid. Mr. Fantastic, I'm putting up here. Simply because they buffed his big form to where now you can heal him in his big form instead of just bonus health. And now you can go straight to the shift out of that. He's situational as well, because if you play him with 2 other tanks, it feels like you're playing triple tank. But he doesn't do that much damage. At least not that much single target damage. Because if you sweep, you can hit the whole team, but no one on the team is taking a lot of damage from that. Whereas Venom, Groot, Strange, Emma, Mag, Thor, Penny sometimes, they all do more single target damage, so where it feels like you're playing with 3 tanks because of his insane survivability, you're kind of playing worse version of 3 tanks, because I would much rather have Emma Mag Groot than Emma Mag Fantastic or Emma Mag Venom. Like, there's a lot of combinations where I would prefer 3 tanks over 2 of those tanks and a Fantastic. But I don't think he's bad, and I think, especially because I had to do my placement matches and it put me super low and I had to climb out of the very, very low ranks, he kind of sweeps down there. I've had people play him, and then I look at their accounts afterwards because I went, wow, they were doing really good. They pretty much never died, but it was just they played Mr. Fantastic for 2 hours total lifetime. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you're playing him because of the buffs, and they don't really know what to do about it. But as I get higher, I see less and less of him, and when I see him, they eventually swap off. They'll use it to like stall point or for first push. They play him for his survivability, but if he's not really getting the job done because he's not getting a lot of kills outside of his ultimate, then they just swap off. And I think he's fine in that position. Like Squirrel Girl, like Wanda, he can't be the best character in the game, or he will absolutely romp low ranks as well, and it won't be fun for any of them. That being said, I think he's a dog water. I always thought he was bad, even when he was good. At my ranks, you would never really see anyone who was just that guy who could really do it. And this season it's gotten worse. Because in the past seasons, even when people said he was bad, or when they said he was good, I would at least see people play him. And they would do a lot of damage, and get a lot of kills, even if they didn't have a lot of final hits. They were doing something. And now I don't even see him. And when I do see him, it's for like one fight. They'll get absolutely slaughtered, and then they get off. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have an opinion. I think Phoenix is A tier. They tried to make Phoenix better at long range, I think, with the fall off reduction, but didn't really work because why would I play Phoenix long range? I could just play Hela, right? And I thought, unless they're playing Rocket or Penny, people with those with things that you need to destroy, Rocket, Namor, Penny, Loki, because it resets all of his clones, I don't really see the need to play a Phoenix. Just in theory, you should just play Hela, get more kills, do more damage. I used to like Phoenix design-wise because they were better in mid-range than Hela was. Hela was way better long range, Phoenix is better mid-range, but then they took away that the melee got you Spark. That's what the little thing at the top of their health is called. That no longer gives you sparks, which means it's just worse Hela with explosions. But Hela already has explosions on kills, and now Hela has the Namor team up where she gets squids on kills too, and so it's just, why would you play Phoenix? You could just play Hela. Blade, I'm putting B tier, though realistically, when you look at the numbers and when I take him in the practice range, he's probably A tier. I just don't see anyone play him, and when I see them play him, they're never any good, or at least stat-wise and in the fights. It doesn't feel like the Blade on my team or their team is really doing anything. They're just kind of there, adding damage, shooting their gun, sometimes using the sword, but the sword doesn't have enough lifesteal to keep them up, given the healing reduction that they get. And so they end up swapping off, or they just don't feel like they're doing anything. I feel like that they're not doing anything, especially if I'm on tank and I'm on the front line. I don't see anyone die that was from them. So realistically, they're probably higher than this, but I can't really find out why in my own games. And then Daredevil. He's Daredevil. He hasn't been nerfed. He was super strong last season. He's still super strong. And I don't know why he wasn't nerfed. He's permabanned almost every single game. We'll be playing Penny and Emma. We'll have selected Penny, Emma, Hela, Namor. And my team will ban him. I'm like, I don't know if that's necessary. So I barely see any. I think the best way to equate it is Daredevil is like old Black Panther, where he was permabanned almost every single game, but you never really knew because they had to have a good one. They had to have a good Daredevil in order to play, for that to be really matter. But you couldn't take the chance, because if they had a good Black Panther and it wasn't banned, then you just kind of lost the game. That's how I think Daredevil is, but I honestly never really get to see him. And when I do, he's on my team and he's tearing it up. So I think he's S tier. I think he's really good. I've seen a lot of other people say he's S tier. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments about all of them. And have a great day. Wet Willy!